What is going on, beautiful people? It's your boy here, Wesley from AK Nation TV here on YouTube, the one place on the World Wide Web where we actually adopt similar connections despite our differences. And welcome to my channel. I'm here to talk to you about the challenge, episode 16, entitled Family Knows Best. I know the episode aired last week, and I didn't do a specific review. And this is really not going to be a specific review. I'm going to talk about a couple things that I discovered in my interview with the king himself, Kyland. But I wanted to dive a little deeper, kind of, into a specific contestant or contender or challenger, NURYS. I wanted to talk about NURYS because I'm just interested. And so if this is your first time seeing me, definitely follow me on social media, Twitter, West the Good Guy, and Instagram, A Connection TV. Well, Instagram is West the Good Guy too, but I don't really do anything on that account. But anyways, so listen, y'all. Now, I have been communicating with Kyland probably for like the last 2 to 3 weeks, right? Started in the DM, like, hey, respect you, super dope, great guy, blah, 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 blah. Check out my review. And then he checked out my review, left a couple comments on my YouTube reviews, and he was like, very funny, cool guy. And he was like, kind of checking me on some of the things I was saying, like, no, it didn't happen this way, but it happened this way kind of situations, right? And so, me, if baby daddy responded, I'm kind of like geeking, like, what? He responded? What? Oh, let's see if we can get an interview in there. Let's go. Because I don't know if y'all know, but my trajectory on YouTube started in 2005, and I had a huge high. Like, I was getting like views, and like everybody knew who I was, and blah, 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 blah. But then, the climate and the culture of YouTube changed drastically, right? And, as of most recently, like 6 months ago, 7 months ago, YouTube was attacking my channel. And I kind of like fell out of, after my channel being attacked and almost deleted, I kind of fell out of the algorithm. So I'll upload something and I don't get the views. And I'm not the only one. This has happened to a lot of the original OG creators of my era that still kind of do things on YouTube. And so they've had to find other ways to kind of like, keep the money coming in because, YouTube is a form of making money for a lot of people. And so for whatever reason, I'm still in the janky algorithm when it comes to YouTube's. That Kyland interview, if I would have did that Kyland interview 4 years ago, 5 years ago, it would already have 10,000, 15,000 views now. The fact that it only has like 1,100 views is just crazy to me. It's just real crazy. But anyway, that's neither here nor there. Through communicating with Kyland, I was like, yeah, it would be dope to interview you. I haven't done an interview with a TV celeb, TV personality in a very long time. But that is like my little niche, my little niche, And so I was like, it would be cool. He was like, yeah, man, let's do it. And we could do multiple videos. Let's talk about, episodes. And I'm like, what? Huh? Like, you, little old me, like, I'm not Angel Cake Entertainment. I think that's the name of his page. This is Angel Cake or Angel something, right? I'm not him. He gets like thousand views on his challenge videos. And then this is another guy that I just recently found doing like the Twitter stuff that does interviews with people and he gets views. I'm like, I'm not them. You know what I'm saying? So you do a little video with me and maybe get 500 views. I don't know. But for whatever reason, YouTube still attacking me. But he was like, no, I like your videos. You're entertaining. Whoop, whoop, whoop. So I'm like, hell no. Of course, I'm going to do an interview with baby daddy. Like, what are we talking about here? Y'all, so like when we started communicating more, I was like in my mind, like, this ain't gonna happen. Like this, he often where did they go to do the reunion? Amsterdam or something wherever he at, and he's here and there, and he's hanging out with Todrick in this post, and then off in Hawaii in this post, and then climbing Mount Everest on this post. I'm like, he ain't gonna get to my little ass page. But then Friday comes, like, so the video, I saw the episode, and maybe I was pissing in my pants like y'all was. Like I was so upset. I'm like, oh my God, Olivia, what's wrong with you? Like, Olivia, what is going on? Like, I used to thought Olivia was so cool. And then at the end of that, we get 4 people of color sitting in the trenches. And just like the last 3 weeks, Corey was innocent. Not innocent, but Corey was, and then like swimming with Jay and Michelle, and Corey had no problems with, like, he ain't never gonna go down or whatever. And then out of nowhere, all the people of color is sitting in the trenches. And I'm like, and I know a lot of y'all are like, no, it's not about color, da 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 da, and this and that and the third, blah, blah, blah. But maybe I asked Baby Daddy about how he felt about it, and he was like, he can understand by the imagery of what happened in this last elimination, why someone would automatically feel like people of color need to stick together. Because I don't know about y'all, but indirectly and directly with a lot of people, you connect with people that you're like, you have similarities with. And on top of that, you just connect with your people. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, dogs naturally attract to dogs. If you had like 15 dogs and 3 cats, the dogs are going to go to the cats. I mean, the dogs are going to go to the other dogs. They're not going to go to the cats. And I know I'm going over people's heads, but if you got 25 white people and you got 2 black people sitting there, you know what I'm saying? And then you bring in more black people, the black people are going to go to the black people. It is what it is. And if you got 1 white person standing there, they're going to see 25 white people and 10 blacks. They're going to go to the white. It is what it is. It's just human nature. So when I looked at the final 4, I'm like, oh, okay. I'm like, oh, okay. All right, I guess. Because there's no other explanation. Like, you sitting here telling me that NURYS had a conversation. NURYS had a conversation with all of y'all. NURYS stuck up for Jay, and NURYS stuck up for Olivia. You mean to tell me that NURYS can't put in a favor, call in a friend, and say, hey, what about me? What about your friend? How you gonna stand that? You know what I'm saying? So the fact that they had this long conversation, and Olivia was like, I got you. Michelle was like, I got you. Jay was like, whatever, NURYS, I'll do it, whatever. Even though we've known each other for 5 years, whatever, I'll do it for you. You know what I'm saying? But NURYS didn't have that problem. She didn't say, even though I knew you for 5 years. You know what I'm saying? So NURYS was feeling kind of good. Kinda. And then when Olivia got called, NURYS was like, baby, this is about to go down. Like, I'm about to say my peoples. Finally. I could be Mariah in this situation. Finally. But no. Olivia goes and says, Mariah. How, why, when, what? You know what I'm saying? Like, what? And then that brings me to the title of the episode, Family Knows Best. NURYS's brother told her. NURYS's brother told her, and she just thought that it would be a different situation. Then Horacio, in another interview that I saw, said that he kind of blamed himself about it because, he told NURYS that Olivia's cool, like you can trust her. Man, and here we go. Here we go. I want to do an interview with NURYS. I want to do an interview with NURYS. I want to first of all, let me shout out NURYS. First of all, I'm going to shout out NURYS for a couple of reasons. I have to say that I wasn't really that gung-ho about the interaction between NURYS and Raven on their season. I felt like it didn't make sense. For me personally. Now, they obviously they have their history, whatever stuff was going on behind the scenes, maybe, I don't know. But I felt like, for me, like, y'all 2 beautiful, gorgeous women, and you fighting over this lane. You know what I'm saying? Like, you arguing over this lane. Now, the lane was cute. He was cute. But the fact that he even went from Raven, quote unquote, to NURYS, quote unquote, in the same kind of scenario in the show, just showed you how much of a lame like he really is. So in that situation, I would have felt like the women could have like stuck together and would have been cool. All right, fine. We're not gonna cry over spilled milk. We get past that. Raven's brought back. The boy ain't brought back. Raven's brought back. And NURYS is in this particular season. Now, it took a little ways for them to kind of become amicable with each other because of the tension and the history that they got going on. But I want to say, and I kind of feel like, before the end of Raven's situation, that her and NURYS were kind of. If I interview NURYS, I want to find out about that. I want to talk about that a little bit more because I feel like, I don't know why, but I feel like her and Raven could have been thick as thieves. I don't know why. Maybe it's the color. West is probably the color thing. I'm sorry. It's just the thing that's in me. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. But I feel like Raven and NURYS kind of got that spark, that spunk, that fire. You know what I'm saying? Like, why couldn't they ride together? Like, you know, like, I don't know. And so I want to ask her that. I want to ask her, what's wrong with her and Raven? You know? Because I felt like they were sticking up for the same kind of justices and sticking up for themselves in a lot of situations. Especially with Jay talking to them off color. Like, what? When Raven was like, I don't know who you think you're talking to. And then when NURYS was like, I don't know who you think you're talking to. Like, I don't know. I just like NURYS. I think she's super dope. And Kyland had a lot of good things to say about her. And yeah, like, I mean, super dope. The way she handled herself on that episode when she said, don't let me come over there, I'll pop you. Now, I don't know, NURYS is feisty, but she seems a little small. Like, you know what I'm saying? And Berna just seemed like she'll break a tree branch with her pinky. You know what I'm saying? Or maybe she's all talk, I don't know. But Berna just seems like the type that'll, I don't know. Berna is off for me. But I like NURYS's confidence, and I just can't wait to see how she enters this house. Because the clip was like when she was like, "F all of y'all." I don't know, like NURYS. I just want to be like, girlfriend, what's going on, boo? Like, what's going on? NURYS is just, I don't know. The fact that she beats Kyland and Horacio, and Kyland said that they didn't give it to her in the interview. Go check out that interview. That interview should be past 5,000 views by now. I don't know what YouTube is trying to do, but I need y'all to share that interview, like that interview, comment on that interview, everything on that interview. Like what? Like, go check out that interview. But anyways, NURYS, if you see this, maybe I could just ask, baby daddy to say, you know what I'm saying? Like, let's talk, NURYS. Let's talk. We got to talk because I got so many questions for NURYS. Like, so many questions for NURYS. But I wanted to do the review when it happened because I was so like thick in it with, everything that happened, and I was just like, oh my God, like I cannot believe Olivia did that. And then when they showed the conversation that they had with Olivia that swayed her, I was like, what? Like, this is just so crazy to me. How do we go from the Fantastic Four to a situation where none of these people care about NURYS at all? And NURYS has been helping these people all the way up until now, and she is not getting the reciprocated energy. It's just beyond me. Do we really think that Olivia is going to make it to the final? Probably. I don't think so, honestly. I don't think so. If she does make it to the final, she's not winning. Like I don't understand why some people don't know that that's like clear. Like it's clear to me. I don't know about y'all, but it's clear to me. You know what I'm saying? But anyways, that's neither here nor there. I want to go to NURYS's Twitter, okay? And I want to look at her Twitter real quick and see what she's talking about because she's been talking about some things. Okay, let's see. I remember a time on Twitter when people were calling NURYS thirsty and dragging her for wanting to come on the challenge season 39. And this is NURYS's response. Mind you, I made one tweet from that day on. I was supposedly begging, but hey, everything happened the way that it was supposed to. Forever grateful for Nelson knowing how badly I wanted the opportunity and for him fighting for me when production didn't want him to choose me. Oh, shout out to Nelson. Shout out to Nelson. Is that probably because of her energy from the other show that she was on? All right, let's move on to the next tweet. Let's give a round of applause for NURYS's chin pimple this season because it was there for her more than Olivia ever was. I'm rooting for you, sis, the challenge. And then her response is, bruh, I'm weak because you're right. That damn pimple was like, nah, I'm sticking beside you. That pimple was kind of like a sore, like an eyesore. Yeah. I love NURYS though. She's gorgeous. Like she can't, like what? I want to get to the tweet where she's responding to Emmanuel. We get a tweet from NURYS that says, let's not send hate to Mariah because this isn't about her. Today is about Olivia being a shitty ass friend. Me and Mariah have been good. So Only I can say something. She's been forgiven a while ago. I love that girl. I was just a little upset. I'm sorry. I would love to know how does that work? Like how does that work? Because I feel like Nerys was betrayed by everyone in that house except for Kyland and Horacio. And so how do we forgive Mariah, but there's no wiggle room or forgiveness for Olivia? Maybe because Olivia and Nerys were closer, maybe, I guess. I guess. But the way that it's depicted was like Nerys was good with everyone up until a point. And I don't know, like Mariah was just riding hard on James the whole way through. And I don't even know where that comes from. Like you don't know him when you get there. Then you find out about him, you discover him. They call you out about bananas to your face, and now you're just no matter what, it's ride or die for James. Like what? I don't understand that. I don't understand that. And then Michelle even said, I don't even know this guy. I just met this guy, and you want me to put everything on the line for him? Like I don't know how that works. Then we get another tweet from Nerys saying, I wasn't waiting for her to fail me. I was waiting for her to prove my brother wrong. Yeah. That's a lot. Shout out to my anger management coach, because if it wasn't for him, I would have slapped Berna the first week in that house. Come on, the first week. Come on, anger management. You better get into her. You better get into her. Nerys is feisty. She's really feisty. Jay is legit obsessed with my boys, but it makes sense because they're everything he wishes he could be. So I think it's safe to say. I think it's safe to say that Jay and Michelle's 5-year friendship is no longer. I think it's safe to say that Nerys's interaction with Olivia is no longer, because these are current tweets. These are current tweets. These aren't old tweets. And then there's one that talks about Emmanuel. Not Emmanuel saying Kyland, Nerys, and Horacio started this war. And Nerys's response is, he's delusional like the rest of them. So here's the thing. First of all, I want to interview Nerys. I think Nerys is super dope. Second of all, let's talk about Emmanuel, because it's rumored that Emmanuel makes it really, really far in this competition. And not to bring any other contestants into this kind of situation, but I feel like Emmanuel is like the female, what's her name? Casey, right? Casey is known for laying low and playing around with the alliances and getting far and then doing well at the end. Like that's her gameplay. Like, you know what I'm saying? And then here it is. This is Emmanuel's gameplay. Playing it really low, close to the vest, and with the bigger alliance. And then he's going to make moves at the end. Now, allegedly, so says Emmanuel in his tweet, that he's the reason why things got rearranged with Nerys being at the bottom with the two guys. So says Emmanuel, it was his plan all along. And he's the one that spoke to Michelle and Jay about fixing this particular issue. Now, how does Emmanuel come into a situation and have that much power, but no screen time whatsoever? I'm so confused by this. Because if these conversations are had and he's, flying under the radar, but then making these moves, out of all of these 16 episodes, the only thing we know about this man is that he disrespected Jordan because he thought that he could beat him. And he talked to his mom. That's it. And he wears tight shorts and has thick legs. I could just never mind. Anyways, back, focus. Focus. Emmanuel is just not a nice person. I don't see him. Like, for me, I feel like, the argument that these guys are having, the Eds of the world, the Emmanuels of the world, is that they would think that they would be playing a scared game if they were only getting out the weak, or only attacking on the weak and hammering on the weak. But my thing is, like, I feel like when I watch games like The Challenge or Survivor or Surviving Paradise or The Circle or, any of these challenges, The Trust, I think The Trust was a really good show. Y'all should watch that on Netflix. I'm always team hero, team loyalty, team righteous, team stab you in the face and not in the back. And it sucks because Ed and Emmanuel and even Corey, and I want to interview Corey because he's black and gay, and I want him to get a fair shot in my mind. But like, even he was crapped on by these people in the very beginning, and then he had to suck on their toes to get back into good graces. But then they threw him in at the bottom with the rest of the people of color. I don't. For me, I just don't get it. I don't understand it. But whatever. You get these people, and they're so cold and calculated and backstabby and manipulative and, controlling the sheep and talking in the confessionals like they're King Kong and God. How do we want these people to win? I don't understand that. How do we want these people to, why do we want these people to win? Why do we want these people to make it to the end? And then you got people like Colleen who speaks like, oh my God, we gotta work together and we gotta get them out. But then she folds over and goes to that side. And I go back to what TJ said, which, Kyland said that he said that after the situation with Olivia. And I don't know why they cut that out because that was perfect. What kind of challenger do you want to be? What kind of champion do you want to be? And that's the thing. What kind of champion do you want to be? Do you want to be a champion like CT? Jordan he's had his, Darrell, CT, Carl Maria, do you want to be those kinds of champions or do you want to be a champion like Johnny Bananas? Like what? And I think a lot of these people are trying to be like the old Johnny Bananas. Very vindictive, manipulative, cold, calculating, careless, not concerning, no loyalty. You know what I'm saying? Like it just sucks. I just really hope, just not trying to be messy or nothing, but I just hope that Kyland, Horacio, NURYS, they don't become the new Nani. They don't become the new Anissa. They don't become, the new people that try and don't make it to the final and don't win. But I don't want that for them because they're so righteous of a people, Give me season 40, give me Horacio. Even though, Kyland said that if he comes back, he might want to fight some people. I don't see Horacio killing a roach, to be honest. Give me Horacio, give me NURYS, give me Raven, give me Zaza, give me Kyland. Those 5 are the bread and butter of this particular show. Phenomenal people, loyal people, and I rocks with that kind of personality and energy that they're bringing to the challenge. But people like Olivia, people like Emmanuel, people like Jay, like what? Mariah, even Michelle, because Michelle is not too squeaky clean in this. Like those are villains. I do not want. Anyways, I'm rambling. I could go on and on and on about this, but listen, I would love to do an interview with NURYS, and if y'all could make that happen, maybe I could just text Baby Daddy and say, hey, can I do an interview with NURYS? But anyways, leave your comments below. Let me know what you thought about the Kyland interview, and go watch that interview. Leave comments, leave hearts, share it. Let's get to 5,000 views on that video because YouTube is playing in my face. Anyways, love y'all. Deuces.